Hi everybody, it's Judy here at River City Sewing, bringing you this week's video news. Well, this coming week at River City we're head on into our classes for 2025, and a lot of those ones that we've settled on and we've planned and we've confirmed are all now up on our booking page. There is lots of new classes up there, and over the next week we'll be putting up some of the like a class list that you can download. It's quite a lot because there's more than like 6 pages to it. That's how many classes we've got coming up. So I'll be putting some of those up online so that you can download. There'll be there's QR codes on there so that you can get a direct link to book your class from those particular class lists. So it's getting very exciting. So the ones that I have up online will be in the email that comes out with this newsletter. So if you are looking to see what some of the classes are, and there's more being added and more to be confirmed. So as that updates, we'll be updating the links so that you'll be able to download that class list and get started with your creative 2025. So there's lots of new classes, lots of embroidery classes, lots of quilting, small projects, dressmaking, all those kinds of things. So no matter what kind of sewing that you're into, there is classes to be had here at River City Sewing during 2025, and more to be added as we get on into later in 2025. We want to make sure that you've got all the options you need. So those of you who've been asking about scan and cut classes, yes, there's scan and cut classes. Those of you with AccuQuilt, yes, there's AccuQuilt classes. Those of you who have EQ8, and those of you who have lots of, there's lots, what can I say? We started planning this in September, and that's just the huge job that we've actually been doing, trying to get all of these classes sorted, all of these things happening. So it's a work in progress. So I hope that you take advantage of all the classes, the workshops, the special events, all those kinds of things that are going to happen this year. We have done some changes just in the last 48 hours to our dressmaking class. Generally it was alternating between Tuesday morning and Tuesday evening, but we've decided to make our dressmaking class every week on a Tuesday evening, so that it gives everyone an opportunity. Those of you, I know a lot of you who are working, and a lot of you have been coming in wanting to get back into dressmaking. We've actually changed that class to be weekly in the evening with Demi. So next week is our last of our Tuesday morning classes. So if Tuesday morning suits you next week, come on and book yourself in for getting into that dressmaking class. There's some spots there. After next week, it'll be the evenings. So it allows a little bit of opportunity. The store's a little bit quieter, and you've got 3 hours of getting in and getting your garment sewing, dressmaking done. And it's a lot of fun. Everyone's having a lot of fun there. So those evening slots then open up every week, so there's more opportunity for you to get yourself booked in, whether it's during each week or once every fortnight. There's more options for you, so hopefully you'll enjoy that as extended our evening program here at River City Sewing. So lots happening, lots still to come through 2025. I just want to remind you all of the launch that's happening through February. So that's going to be like a little show here in store where we have demos, we have a lot of our samples of our classes, a good opportunity for you to book in. But if you see something on that website now that you'd like to do, I would suggest that you book yourself in for it. There are lots of things going on, and I know that when the launch comes and people see, they come in and have a look and getting all excited about classes, that those spots in those classes are going to fill up fairly quickly. So why not take a look now? Take a little bit of time, go through. There's lots of different dates, lots of different times. We have extended embroidery classes. We've extended our range of small project classes for beginners. If you've just come into sewing. I know many of you have come to us and you know, maybe bought a machine or upgraded an old machine and said, I really want to get back into sewing and I don't really know what I want to do. We've got classes for you. Okay, we've got little projects to get your confidence going. We've got little quilting projects, little applique projects. We've got lots of things. Hence my grey hair trying to get them all in the calendar. Okay, and we've got some demonstrations happening from some of the brands. We have special events like the Tracy Sims and Zunt Design Chickadee and Dogwood class that's coming up in March. For those embroiderers, if you really love the wall art that happens with that chickadee and dogwood, you need to get yourself booked in. We're basically halfway through. We can take up to 20 in that class, and it's going to be in our upper level here at the stores. So we're going to make sure that your machines get upstairs and you're here for 2 days to do that particular project. So if you've been thinking about it, why not book yourself into that? And there's more of those events like the pattern drafter. We've got 4 2-day workshops happening during 2025. We're getting Maria's coming up to do a demonstration here at our launch. So look, there's other events which we're just about to confirm and they'll be announced a little bit later on. So there's lots to see, lots of special events, some special guests coming in, lots of demonstrations, lots of things to keep you inspired for 2025. So if you're looking to learn any particular thing to do with your machine, whether it's sewing machine, embroidery machine, cutting machine, scan and cut machine, AccuQuilt, EQ8, whatever you're looking to do, come and see us here. Okay, we've got loads of classes available in 2025. This week we received in a few more of our white on whites. Remember we said we've had 16 of these new white on whites coming in for all those projects that you might want to look at. And we all know that white on white is really hard to find, and this is beautiful Michael Miller fabric. So it's really good quality, great for embroidery because you have that little tonal underneath. Good weight for embroidery, which is really fun, but for quilters, you have lots of different patterns on these fabrics. Now the new ones that we received are the little spot, so that's really cute. That'll go with most things. This one is called Chantilly lace. You can see that it's got that little pattern with the lace underneath, so that's really fun for some floral types and you know, your embroideries with flowers, which is really fun. This one is called Plume, and you can see it's like that feathery type of effect. So that's really fun. This one is quite fun too. It's called Bubble Bath. You can see why. It's got the little bubbles on there. Whoops. So they're the 4 new ones that we have arrived this week, and I've got some really fun ones. I was hoping these ones might have come before Christmas, but anyway, they're here now. What can I say? This is a Benetex fabric and it's silver, and it's not glitter, it's silver, it's quite soft, and it has quite a good weight to it. Now I can imagine this being in embroidery with some stuff over the top of it, it's going to look amazing. It's called Precious Metal, and it's, like we said, it's a Benetex fabric. It needs a little bit of care as far as its hand wash, cool iron, but you just need to be aware of that. But how much fun is that going to be to embroider on or sew with, or do something to add a little bit of something to your project. Now if you were using in the past, you might have used some of the Kimberbell glitter vinyl or those kinds of things, you may be able to substitute the silver for this one, which would be a lot of fun. Also have that particular one in gold. All right, so it's like that greeny, it looks like that lovely gold, that again, it's not glitter, it's actually quite soft, but it's beautiful. So that is going to be, it's a repeatable range, which is going to be great. We're going to have it here so that you have a little bit of gold in some of those things. For those of you like me who like your orientals and you've liked that, you know, the Robert Kaufman orientals, and you have panels with the gold, it's sort of along that green gold line. But look, it's going to match up with a lot of different things. So that's the silver and the gold in that range. We've also received what I think is great. This is a tone on tone. It's called, it's like metallized burlap, but it's got that Hessian sort of look underneath. And again, it's got the silver flex through, but it's nice and soft. There's no glitter, and look, it's great. This one is the refined silver. There's a couple more in this range coming. But yeah, these are going to be great, just to add a little bit of bling. And in this burlap range, we have the two golds. So we have this gold, which is called the refined gold. So it's the lighter of the two. And you can see that pattern in there is going to be great to match up to a lot of things. And this one is the rustic gold, which is like the old gold color. But it's great because there's no glitter. It's soft. It just feels like a regular fabric, just with a little bit of extra weight to it. It's just going to be lovely. So that's going to expand what you can do. And if you just need a little bit of bling, I know some of the grunges had a little bit of metallic print on, but these are great. So these are all Benetex, and they're available here now. So there's a few more to go into that particular range, but they'll be here in the next few months. So yeah, our white wall is expanding. So we've got, how many we've got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 4 more to come in that white on white range. So, you know, I think that gives us lots to play with when we're looking at backgrounds and embroidery and quilting, and it gives us some opportunity to do something a little bit different instead of just using a flat white. The other nice thing is too, it's slightly, to me, it's slightly heavier weight than, say, the Bella white. So it just adds something, and the prints aren't super in your face, okay? So when you probably see them here, and you can just see little tinges of the color. But in your quilts or in your projects, it's just adding a little bit of life to the backgrounds of a lot of things. So come in and have a look around. It's nice to have a choice with white on whites. Previously we could only get a few. Some of them weren't all that fabulous, and some were just way over the top. The little tiny spots, now we have this little spot here, and because these are repeatables, it's something that we can get all the time. So now that we got them in stock, need to come and have a look and see what ones will suit your particular project for now or into the future. So come and have a look. I do love this silver and gold. I think it's a nice addition if you just want to have a little bit of sparkle into something to give it a highlight without the fabric being too heavy. It just adds a little bit of bling without too much glitter or whatever. So you know, it's something a little bit different, which we like to offer a little bit of variety, and it's still within that tone on tone ranging that we are looking at to make sure that we can match up pretty much most of your prints or your stash to something in here in our color wall. So it's getting longer and longer as part of this color wall. So it's looking quite like the rainbow here at the store. So if you haven't been in for a while, why not, if you're looking for a couple of fabrics to match up to your a particular fabric for a project, or if you're stuck, you're not quite sure what colors, then our ranges here might help you get a little bit further on with your projects. Now there's a couple of other little fabrics that we've added to the range, which I don't think I've shown you yet. So I'm just going to move the camera up to this wall. And as you can see, this color wall is getting a little bit bigger and bigger. There's a little tiny spot which we added to the range. and this is in a couple of different colors. So we got this in the aqua. So this is aqua, and these are $19.95 a meter. And I've got a light blue, a light aqua, this deeper aqua, a lime green, and there was one more, and I don't know, maybe that's still on its way, but there's quite a few more in that range that if they're popular, we'll add a few more in. So there's lots there that you just want to add that little bit of spot, or you just want something with a bit more life. But as you can see, this whole wall is, our rainbow is growing, which is really fun. So the other items I wanted to mention today is, don't forget about the Bonina specials on the Q series. Now, with that, there's been an actual price reduction on some of the other Q series lines at Bonina, which, you know, getting back in New Year, when I went to air last week, I hadn't put into place. So that electric lift table setup is actually cheaper than what we thought. Okay, so I'm going to move the camera so you can see. I'm doing this all by myself. I don't have a cameraman. I don't have anyone helping me. So sometimes if I have to move camera positions, it's usually just me doing it. So this is the current price for the Bonina setup that you see here, $11,499. That is an amazing setup for someone who wants to do their own quilting. So with this electric lift, again, it goes all the way up, and you know, for those of you who don't have a lot of room, these leaves, there's a leaf on either side, one's down on that side and one's up here, they fold down. So when you're getting to the point of quilting, you can pop them up. It's almost like a little drawer that opens that it sits on. Otherwise you can just push the drawer in, fold it down, and then basically this is your space from here to here, and that's your tabletop. But I like to have this one up because it gives me more room. Oop, now I can't put the drawer back out. Here we go. All right, and it's got enough weight there to hold that leaf up and to hold your quilt on. So that is quite a reduction in the pricing that Bonina have done for this series. So $11,499 is great. So if you were thinking of setting something up in your sewing room, then this is a great option, and you can still take that Bonina Q16 Plus and put it on a frame should you want to do it at a later stage if your sewing room changes. But if you didn't, then this is a really cool setup for that $11,499. The special offer that's on is for the table, just the foldable table with the $500 off this one. But it is, this setup is really nice. Now we would need to install this one for you to make sure everything is running okay. So there's information on the website about that. So this is X installation, okay? So, but I still think it's a good option for a lot of you who want to do your own quilts, haven't got a room for a frame at this particular point in time, but you do like the idea of doing free motion quilting. You can use your rulers, you can use the stencils, you can use your own free motion technique. You can go and use this to quilt your bag materials. So like you want to, if you're doing Bianni's class, which reminds me, I've got to remind you all about that. If you're doing your Bianni's bags, you want to quilt your fabric and your foam and all that kind of stuff first, then here you can do that and do some really cool patterns on them, either using your rulers or free motion techniques, or you know, stencil designs or whatever. So this one will have the punch power to go through all of those layers. So there's lots of different options with free motion quilting, and if you like to finish your own quilts, then why not consider having a look at this Q16 Plus, and especially on this lift table. Now don't forget, we are a latitude merchant here, so if you have a Go MasterCard, a Gem Visa card. We are a Latitude merchant, so we can offer you 6 months interest free on this with an approved Latitude if you've got one of those facilities. So don't forget about that. So it might help you get into this type of quilting setup for your sewing room for this year. Now, talking about biennies, our first biennies class is happening this month, at the end of the month. If you would like to come in to do that, well, we have Robin doing this class here at River City Sewing. So if you would like to if you're partway through a biennies bag, if you have done a biennies bag in the past but you need a little bit of help, we have a special day once a month for that. You need to book yourself in. There's places available. We've got a whole host of biennies patterns here, all the hardware, all the zippers, all that kind of stuff. So we have all the materials here that you need, plus a lot more, I have to say, all stocked ready so that you can come in and do that particular class. Okay, so take a look at the website. It's biennies, and we say if you haven't done a biennies bag before, then this is one for, you're going to need some help with biennies bag. If you've done a little bit of bags, like you've made tote or you've made a small thing, and you've done the concept of bags before, then you can book yourself into this particular class. If you've never done a bag before, I'd suggest you do one of our beginner bag making classes before you book yourself into the biennies. But once you start, you're going to love the biennies. It's really good. You've got lots of things to choose from, lots of different styles and designs, which we have here at the store. So why not come in? So from Judy and all the team, thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you in store next week. Keep your eye on those particular classes that are up online now. And there's going to be a few little links in this email about some of the product I showed you earlier. But until next week, thanks for watching. Bye for now.